Don't be freaked out, everyone, but we're coming to you in better definition.
New cameras.
We're taking this seriously now. Totally redoing the whole show. Welcome to Chatting It Up with Gat and Catch.
No, that's not the name.
That's not the name?
No.
I was trying to find something new. Welcome to Comic Chat with Gat. We're still the same show, but with new fancy stuff. We are a comic book podcast where we're going to talk about things that go within the comic book universe, whether it be through the actual books or television. Because movies too, I guess, but no,
yeah.
They haven't been
pop
very
culture.
Good. We'll go pop culture. I used to say pop culture, but I feel like that's like Kardashians. So I go right
Are
away.
they pop culture now?
I wonder how the microphone is on this thing.
Well, we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. So otherwise, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about something that's very interesting to both of us, and it's been brought up a lot on this season of CW's The Flash, season 2, which we
season 1 kind of too.
We touched on a little bit near the end.
The end was the main, yeah, and it just in general, I feel like it's a big deal.
It was building to it, especially when they introduced the treadmill, cosmic treadmill, right?
Right. Well, they also remember in like halfway through the season, he did like a.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
The Flash
season 1 was all about, and we assumed it was going to go towards Flashpoint, but it didn't.
No. That's a big thing to have to do, though. Man, didn't it reset the entire universe?
Yeah, so that's kind of like a...
Quick.
We fuck shit up, let's fix it.
Yeah, they haven't done anything wrong. It's a great show.
No, yeah, it's good.
And then Arrow's on, too. Anyway. So, but this... It's not... It doesn't grab me. Flash is just so good. Regardless. This week, we're going to be talking about time travel.
Time travel. And its uses in comic books and movies and everything else like that. And how I'm still confused about the time travel used in The Flash.
Yeah, this season, when Wells came back...
Well, that's not confusing to
That's
me.
not the confusing
part?
part?
No, the confusing part is how the season... It was really the season finale ended, and they never... I thought they were going to explain my problems.
It cost too much money to recreate that cyclone.
It has nothing to do with that, Chris.
I bet you that's what it is, why they didn't show them actually defeating the cyclone.
No, they did. They showed him fly up there and blow up. Whatever. Okay. So, time travel. It's been lots of comics. It's been in lots... And we'll start with the comics.
Yeah, I was going to say, what if we do... So do you think we could do like a full episode of everything, and then we can also split this into like a movies-only time travel? And then
I don't know. We'll figure it out later. So...
Inside baseball.
In time traveling comics, there's probably, I would say... I have 4 written down here, a couple written down here that are some of the big ones that I remembered, like, off the top of my head. For Marvel, X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yep.
The comic book, and
Great
then movie. The comic book, it was Kitty Pryde that went back in her own head to stop events from happening that caused a terrible future. So that was the... we'll go into the different kinds of time travel, and we'll go into which comics followed which direction. And then the next one would be Booster Gold. So Booster Gold's 52-card pickup... is when Booster Gold gets with his dad, which she doesn't know is his dad, Rip Hunter, time traveler from the new Legends of Tomorrow TV show, played by
come out?
January. I think it's going to be.
It's
going to be the off season. They're going to start.
What,
that.
It's going to be like 4 episodes?
No, they're probably going to do the start. They're starting in the off season.
Okay.
I think they'll probably do like the mid-season finale. Will probably have to do with Legends of Tomorrow. Then they'll introduce Legends of Tomorrow, and it'll continue on.
Makes sense.
Okay, so Booster Gold travels through time to fix... Somebody's going and fucking up the time stream, and Booster Gold's going in there.
It's probably the Reverse Flash.
It's not actually. So
Zoom.
Okay, so and there's a certain comic, particularly there's one where he goes back to the Killing Joke.
Yeah. What?
And yeah, he Rip Hunter, because he keeps saying, I want to go back in time and stop Ted Kord from dying, who's the Blue Beetle, who is Booster Gold's best friend. He keeps telling Rip Hunter, I'll do this. I'll help your bullshit time travel goddamn shit if you let me save Ted Kord from dying. And he's like, sure I will. And like, so Booster Gold starts getting pissy that it's not happening. He's like, you're not letting me do it. Fuck this. Like, I'm out. And he goes, fine, well, I just need you to do this one mission real quick and we'll do it. So he sends him to the Killing Joke, and he's like, save Barbara Gordon from getting shot. And so Booster Gold tries it again and again and again. It keeps failing it again and again and again. It can never fucking do it.
How hard is it? Like, what does he do wrong?
Just shit happens, and he finally is just so tired, and like Rip Hunter like appears. He's like, there's certain things you can't change, man. Like, there's certain fixed moments in time, so you can't save Ted Kord because it's a fixed moment. Yeah, it was a lesson, kind of like
stupid.
Yeah, so that's the good time travel story. Kind of give it away, but it's still worth reading because it's a Killing Joke. It's like really fun because it's the Killing Joke. The Flashpoint, obviously, huge
great book.
Yeah. And then we were talking about the Legion of Superheroes a couple episodes ago, and they obviously use time travel. And so I think the only one of those that follows a cyclical, constant time travel method is the Legion, because we talked about the fact that the Legion coming back to Superman when he was a kid, teaching him about the 3 pillars of Superman, made him the 3 pillars of Superman.
Oh, so you weren't. So I was thinking of the more consistent bases of time travel, where each of these, whether it be the Flash or whether it be, I don't know anything about Legends of Tomorrow or Booster Gold. I thought you meant like the ones that
they can fix it and change it.
No, I thought you meant more like they get it and they're not introducing new shit. Like, oh, you didn't know this could also be part of time travel, but now I get it.
So there's
you mean the actual cyclical nature of this caused this, which caused this, which
always
caused this.
Time is constant, and so if you could go back in time, you've already gone back in time.
Right.
There's two main theories of time travel. There's that one. If you can't, so if we do invent time travel in the future,
which we have,
we wouldn't have changed everything that has been changed because
if we change it, then time travel wouldn't exist. In cyclical time.
Right, so like if we decided we were going to go back and kill Hitler, Hitler would be dead and he would no longer exist because we already did it in the future.
Right.
And then there's the other one, which is the...
oh my god.
Right? The other one, which is the main theory, the other popular theory that I think is maybe more used than the constant, although the more and more... Recently, I feel like we've been using the cyclical stuff.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, it was kind of like just like Back to the Future, right? I know you said we'd never talk about it again a couple episodes ago, but here we are. He can go back in time and, oops, I messed things up. I better fix it. And, oh, my life's better because I went back in time and changed things. Because you basically just constantly create alternate universes.
Right, so it's not about a cyclical nature. It's about fractured.
Right, fractured universes. So there's the 2 main things. So through 4 comics we talked about, X-Men Days of Future Past, Kitty Pryde went back, changed things. So it's the Back to the Future theory, right? Booster Gold, he could go back in time and change most things, kind of like Doctor Who, but there are... like set moments in time you can't change. They're just things that have to happen. So it's a mix between the 2, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the Flashpoint. Obviously, the fact that he changed anything means that he can go back in time and change things. So the Flash kind of goes along that route,
which is a weird one.
That's what we'll get into the TV show. That's why it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure of that.
So, and then the Legion of Superheroes was the only of those 4 main comics I talked about that was constant. So some of the books I have. So here's Legion. Here's Rip Hunter and Booster Gold, Time Master's Vanishing Point. They go back to find where Batman went back in time.
Oh, that's it. Famous.
Classic Flashpoint. But another good one that was the time is constant was Superman Red Sun. If you remember at the end of that book, it was the future and they sent their son back in time.
Yeah, I want to borrow
who was
that
really Superman.
when I leave today, by the way.
Okay. So of these, look, there's this one and these 2 out of these 4. Well, actually, I would say that this book was kind of cyclical because the future Eobard Thawne, right, went back in time and realized that he became the Reverse Flash, and it drove him crazy to becoming the Reverse Flash. So the Flash is the only one, I think, that just jumps between them. They just decide some days they're going to be cyclical and decide other days that they're going to be like a... you can change shit, whatever, fucking shit happens. So it's really weird. That's why I'm talking about this, because there are 2 different main theories, and I feel like comics just decide in the story they want to tell which one they want to use, but you gotta know. You gotta know which ones we're talking about. Okay, so some of the stuff, the most fun, I think, and popular is probably the Back to the Future way, where you can go back and change things because it leads you to make as many stories as you want. So
it's simple.
You've got Back to the Future that does it, X-Men Days of Future Past that does it. I guess Superman, the original Superman movie does it when he grabs the world and turns it backwards, which is a load of baloney.
Which would have destroyed.
Family Guy, Stewie Griffin, The Untold Story does it. He goes back in time, remember, meets his future self, and he goes back in time.
They did it again, though, on the Road to the Multiverse episodes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily going through... I guess it wasn't, actually. It was more just different universes.
And then the Butterfly Effect was one that he goes back in time.
I think that would be... Isn't that the scientific name for it, the Butterfly Effect?
Well, that's what they call it. That's what they even made the video game, what we just played.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn was based on the Butterfly Effect. So yeah, it's kind of like the Butterfly Effect. So you change one thing, and it ripples and...
Good job,
Ashton.
Everything.
I really like that movie.
I haven't seen it.
You should watch it.
It's not Blu-ray.
But it's whatever, Chris. So those are some popular ones.
It's not HD like our fancy camera.
That's true. And then as far as the Time is Constant, popular movies that use that in popular culture stuff would be there was a new found footage film that came out. I can't remember what it was called.
Cloverfield.
No, Chris. But in the trailer they showed like it was like his 5th birthday party, and then they look in the corner and he's in the 5th birthday party because they figured out time travel and whatever. So that was a found footage movie.
Was it a scary one?
Sort of.
Was it paranormal?
No, it wasn't
Activity,
any of the paranormal.
ones?
It wasn't any paranormal activities. But anyway, so it was a found footage time travel-y like sci-fi movie that came out. I can't remember what it was called, but if you remember, you know what I'm talking about.
Seems creepy.
Interstellar, Time is Constant. So he always went into the weird future thing where he was pushing the books. So his daughter. Whatever, Chris.
It's a great movie. People should watch it. But now one of the biggest parts of the movie.
Whatever. Time is Constant.
was great.
The Terminator.
Well, time was actually. I want to talk more about time with this because time was also
happening all at the same time.
It was but it was different on different areas. Like when they went to that one planet with all the water. And I think it was like a minute.
Oh well, that's just based
2
like
years.
That's just like space and time. That's like Ender's Game did that too. It's the same
cool.
thing. Yeah, Maze of Wreckham, whatever. Spoiler again, I guess. Chris,
2 minutes goes by, and 2 minutes in their time is 25 years of Earth time. Like that shit was insane.
Chris, we're not talking about
that's
basic
a great
science.
Movie.
We're talking about
that's not basic at all.
That's basic science.
Well, I mean,
we all know that.
It's science.
That's like light travel. Like you don't read enough sci-fi novels.
I don't know.
Okay, so
it was really cool.
The Terminator, time is cyclical.
Never seen
so John Connor sends his best friend, Kyle Reese, back in time to save his mom from the Terminator. But when he's there, his mom and Kyle Reese fall in love and have their baby, John Connor, who goes in the future.
What a dick! This dude sent him back in time, and he had sex with his mom.
But he wouldn't exist. This is
like
dad.
Stacy's mom from that song.
No, but that's
mom.
his dad. It's cyclical. So if he didn't send his friend back in time, he wouldn't exist. So it always happened. The Terminators always tried to go back in time and kill Sarah Connor.
He didn't bro down.
Terminator. And then the fun classic, which I'm wearing the t-shirt, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Time is constant because in that movie they'll be like, Ted, remember, put the keys behind this bookshelf or like behind these things, and then they'll look away and look back and the keys are there because they have a time machine. So if they can do it and they remember to do it, it's already been done. They have a time machine. They can do it. It always happened.
The Blockbuster Entertainment Guide rated it 3.5 stars. Said it's hard to beat.
It's great.
I've never seen it.
It's so good.
It's not a.
It's a Keanu classic.
Blu-ray.
Some movies are so old that you don't need a Blu-ray for them, Chris.
Oh, then why do you have the Blu-ray of Terminator?
Because they remastered it.
Valid.
And I also have Ghostbusters because they remastered in 4K. Ugh. Don't me with Ghostbusters.
It's not a good movie.
Shut your mouth.
They got time travel in that too.
No, they don't.
Yeah, because I wish I could time travel them before I saw it. New camera.
Okay.
New show dynamic.
We're gonna. Yeah. Do you think we need a video explaining the different theories of time travel, or I explained it well enough?
I think you explained it perfectly. I would love to draw on that board though, because drawing it out would be really cool too.
Okay. So give us 1 second. We're gonna go to the board and insert a explanation video-wise.
Yes,
time travel.
but otherwise we can wrap it up if they don't need to watch that.
Well, let's talk about the Flash then.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about the Flash now, and then we'll go to the video. Here, you can watch the video here if you want to, and then we'll kick it back over. But otherwise, we're gonna actually get into the Flash and why we're a little confused with the time travel portion of it. So.
Oh, sorry. And one more thing.
We're pointing a lot.
Sorry. That time is constant. Harry Potter did a really good job with the time turner. In the third movie, where they threw the rock and like they were always there.
Oh yeah, with Hermione.
Like, Hermione. That was really good.
Cool.
That was really well done. I just want to point that out. Okay, so let's
10 points for Gryffindor.
Ha. So let's talk about the DC Flash. Where does it fall? So here's where I'm stuck.
Hold on, sorry. DC Flash or the TV show?
TV show, the DC CW Flash.
Okay, confusing. Go CW Flash.
Sure. Okay, fine. So. In the season finale, spoiler. Like I'm gonna ignore that middle thing because I still don't understand the middle thing where he like saw himself.
He ran so fast that he saw himself.
But then he saw himself, and then his other self disappeared. Whatever. We don't know if that's an alternate universe or what the shit. But he changed time. Obviously, when he did that, he stopped things from happening, and Cisco didn't die, and whatever have you. So, in the season finale, though, if they were gonna go with you can change time. If time is cyclical, that's why I thought they were going to go with it because he went back in time to save his mom, but he saw himself tell himself don't. So so in your head or in my head, I was assuming that always happened because he never stopped it because he needed that to happen because the Reverse Flash always does that.
Yeah, I thought that's how it was going to end.
Right, and so Barry's like, I'm not going to save my mom because myself told me not to, but I always had that closure.
Yeah.
Like it always happened. So like his self was telling him not to do it because he could have that closure with his mom, whatever. And you're like, okay, but then when he gets back out. And when Eddie kills future Reverse Flash, and stay with me here.
Yeah, when he kills his great-great-grandfather.
Well, no, he kills himself, okay? So if time was cyclical, the Reverse Flash would...
Eddie killed himself at the end?
Eddie shot himself.
Oh, you're right.
That's how the Reverse Flash disappeared. So first you're like, okay, well, this is the end of the lifespan of the Reverse Flash, so he could always have died there, right? But if his grandson never had him...
Yeah.
Never had
Eddie.
Then he would never have existed to go back in time in the first place.
So I guess the question is this. Didn't they say there was a third Flash, a third speedster in the house last season? I'm near positive they said there was a third speedster.
No. It was the third speedster was Barry. It was
Barry.
Barry.
Older Barry or something. Barry from the future.
Right.
That's what it was. Sorry.
So
okay. Yeah, that's a huge hole.
So why I'm really confused about it is like if they had to choose one way to go and they went with both ways. So Barry went back. He didn't save his mom. You're like, okay, well the Reverse Flash always does that. And then you're like, okay, well this guy doesn't want to be in his contract anymore, so we're gonna have him kill himself to stop the Reverse Flash. But if he killed himself, then the past can't exist.
The Reverse Flash.
Now, if time is constant and you can't change it, then that always would have happened. But if that always happened, he wouldn't have existed ever, right?
Right.
I'm not crazy.
No,
right?
no, it makes sense because in layman's terms, because this is the whole point of the show. Taylor knows a lot. I know how to make it for the normal people like me, or the dummies like me. I'm cool with that. Just tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
If Eddie didn't kill himself, if Eddie kills himself, that means the Reverse Flash never exists in the future. Therefore, he can never go back and kill Barry's mom.
Right.
Done. Yes. Fucked up.
So
that's it.
So Barry's mom would have then just instantly been alive.
Yeah.
Like it would have been an instant change of the whole ripple, the butterfly effect. Where are you? And butterfly effect.
And Barry never would have been the Flash because that would mean
no,
that...
he still might... Well, yeah, I guess because then it would have been Flashpoint.
Right.
Flashpoint should have happened in that moment because it would have stopped Barry's mom from dying.
Because what's-his-name came back only... who's the...
Wells?
Wells only came back to absorb the life... Because it wasn't even Wells, it was the other dude.
To be fair, the other guy still, in the future, it was years later, he said I had to have it done faster. So that guy still did cause the accelerator to explode and still caused the Flash... In this universe, in their CW universe, they explained that...
Well, wait, couldn't that be the answer then? It wasn't actually Wells who went into the future, or who came back in time. It was whoever that dude was that took over the real Harrison Wells' body.
That's the original Eobard Thawne. That was the one who killed his mom.
I got the Thawne part wrong.
Nope.
Damn.
So it still doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make any... I thought I had it. I think they were trying to get people... like being like, oh, like normal people watching the show, not deep in the lore, or who've read Flashpoint, to be able to be like, oh, remember, Thawne is the guy from the future, but that's not really the Harrison Wells, so kill and he's dead. No.
And even the fact that Harrison Wells exists in Earth 2 doesn't change any of this. It doesn't help and solve any of these problems.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
But it's still a great show.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I still though, I'm very confused about that, but time travel's tricky.
Hey, if anyone that writes for The Flash or knows anyone is watching the show...
Or if you can solve my problem.
leave us a
I
comment.
Googled it, and I couldn't find anyone else. Like, I found it was like comicbook.com who has great stuff. Like, they have great stuff. They even had a thing, they were like, we're still not sure. And I was like, thanks. Because I Googled yesterday, I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I don't know.
That's the show, everybody.
Yeah.
So, we hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope you guys enjoyed the new HD camera. It is a Nexus 6P. We went all fancy with it. I also noticed, no one can see it, but there's a giant tub of Angry Birds popcorn. And
it's Sarah's 2016 popcorn bucket. She wanted one.
What does that mean?
So, like, it's kind of like a growler for popcorn at the movie theater.
You can take it back and get more popcorn?
Yeah, but I think it's cheaper or something.
That is an uncomfortably large bucket of popcorn, though.
She wanted one for her birthday, so we were there, and I was waiting for the 2016s to come around.
How much did that cost?
That was like $25, I think.
Jesus,
no,
all
like
right.
20. It must have been 20.
How much does it cost to refill it?
I don't know yet, but she wanted one.
Man.
Whatever, it's her birthday.
Are they going to refill the whole thing every time you go?
Yeah.
All right.
She didn't even finish
the problem
There's
with
still popcorn in there.
Jeez. Okay. So, anyway. All right. So, Comic Chat W Gat on Twitter. Comic Chat with Gat on Instagram and Tumblr. Check us out. Leave a comment. Follow us. Do all that stuff. Go back and watch the episode we did last week. That was... Multiversity. It was good, people. Get some damn views in there.
No, the one before that was the one that no one watched.
Yeah, but
scary.
Last week's was really good.
Yeah, I really liked last week's.
So don't go back and watch Halloween. Halloween's over. But go back and watch the Multiversity. Also subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're there. We're also on Google now.
Well, once it releases. It's not out yet.
Damn it. All right, well, don't go there then. Yeah.
Well, we're ready for you.
We're getting ready.
We're ready.
On Google Music. You can actually have us as a podcast eventually. With Nerdist. Like, we're in, like, the upper echelon
I saw them,
podcasts that were selected as... we're part of that group. Anyway, so this was fun.
We'll have a separate video of the time travels explained on a whiteboard.
This is like time travel. Because technically, it's already happened. Remember? Remember how we said we're going to go to the video here and then come back and watch, and we're going to click over and you can watch the rest?
Yeah.
That was in the middle. And now you're at the end. You just said we're going to have a video, but we already have a video. We had the video in the past, so the video already exists. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
That was great. It makes sense. It makes so much sense. If you haven't seen it, the video's right there.